rocking with the Locked and Loaded RN. If you're new to my channel, bienvenidos. If you're one of my awesome subscribers, welcome back. I have my laptop in my lap and I'm doing work as usual. You all to take the Connecticut CNA, the nurse assistant exam. The written part is $118. The clinical and oral part is $128. That's $300 something. Did I know that? For a second, I thought it was $200 something. Good to know. Translators are not permitted in the exam. I want to become a test center. But I have to get my place together first. Damn, 45 pages. Let me tell y'all something. When you go to take your NCLEX, if you ever wanted to be a nurse, let me tell you what to expect. You're going to sign on to take your NCLEX, right? And how it works is the minimum amount of questions that you take for your NCLEX is 75 questions. That's the minimum. So once you're taking the exam, it's going to give you, it's like trying to figure out where you're at. So they're going to give you some hard questions. They're giving you hard questions. Hi, Oscar. How are you? They're giving you some hard questions. If you get it wrong, they go easier. If you get it right, they go harder. And if you keep getting the hard ones right, the exam will cut off at 75 questions if you're doing well. If you're not well, hi, Lily. Oh, thank you. I don't want to mispronounce your name. Hi, Mang Ho. How you doing? Happy Sunday. I'm just here rambling about the nursing exam. What are you guys up to? It's been a long time since I feel like it's been a long time since I've been on live. You agree with me, Lamb? Thank you. I don't feel like it. I feel like I'm rough, you know? I had surgery on the 10th. Thank you. Oh, you agree with Hope? Okay. Yeah, I had surgery on the 10th, so I've been home. I haven't put makeup on in a long time. I just shower. Oh, thank you. You like my hair? They're called locks. They're dreads, but they're very small. Yeah. What are you up to? What are you doing this Sunday? What time is it where you're at? Right now it's 11:58. I've already been on a Zoom call with my mentor. So I'm already started. What are you guys doing? Talk to me. Lamb, what are you up to? So yeah, so back to my exam thing until y'all tell me something else. So you're taking your, and I heard that there's one person that always gets the whole exam regardless. And I think the whole exam, I want to say, is 300 something questions. So I heard that there's always someone that gets the whole exam, whether they're doing. For me, I was like, knowing my luck, I'm gonna be the person that gets the whole exam. So when I sat down, I like braced myself to do the whole exam. Your mom's at the hospital. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is she doing okay? My prayers and my thoughts are with her. How long has she been in the hospital? Um, and so I remember, like, I have this thing about me when I take exams that I just, like, even if I say I'm gonna try to slow down, I just have tunnel vision. I'll just be like, trying to, like, not run out of time. And I remember I pressed next and the computer shut down. And I was like, please don't tell me about to have to start over. But then it hit me. I was like, that was number 75, which is good. If you shut off at 75, that means you were doing well. Oh, thank you. You're speaking life to me today. Thank you. How was your mom? You didn't answer me. How's your mom doing? Is she okay? Yeah, so the computer shut down, and I remember being like, that either means I did really well, because it could also turn off at 75 if you're doing awful. But in my heart, I knew I was doing well because everything that came up, I felt the easiest exam I took the whole of nursing. So when it turned off, I think I passed. Oh, she has diabetes. Okay, but still, that's no joke. So I pray that she's okay and that she comes home soon. How long has she been in the hospital? So let me tell y'all what I'm doing today. Today, I'm still in my chase, y'all. Y'all know that I've been scared to get into my bed because my bed is so high. Since I came home from the hospital, this is where I've slept. Tonight, I'm going to try to get into my bed. I think that my pain has subsided enough that I could get in. So let's see. But today, I had a meeting with my mentor. Oh, she passed out. Wow. I'm sorry. Yeah, managing diabetes is not easy. And it takes a lot of changing diet things. You gotta limit the carbs, limit the sweets. It's not easy at all. Um, and then at 2:45, I have a video jail call with my cousin. He's in prison in Florida. I just realized we could do video calls with him. So I scheduled one today. So I'm excited to see him. I haven't seen him in years. Um, I normally write him, but now I'm gonna get to see him for 15 minutes. My big sister is with us at home. Oh, okay. Well, good. Again, I hope your mom comes home soon. She's not there long. And that when she comes home, that she's better too. Because to come home and have to go back. So what are you up to? What are you guys doing? So my next thing is, like I said, I had surgery on Sunday. I mean, on the 10th. Tuesday's going to make 2 weeks ago. My pain has been pretty controlled. Like, I do pretty good. Every now and then I take an ibuprofen as needed, but I really don't have bad pain. But for some reason, and y'all see this is like a lounge chair. This is a chase. As long as I'm in this, I'm okay. But um when I go downstairs and I hang in my living room, like in the sofa, I put my legs up and I relax. But by the nighttime or the night, I'm in so much pain. And Friday, I had like 3 visitors downstairs all day. Yesterday, my sister and her kids came, so I was downstairs all day. When I got into this chase thing last night, I was groaning in pain. I had to take medication, so I have to limit. As much as I like people coming, they're gonna have to come sit on it or something, or I need to bring chairs upstairs because I can't sit on my sofa. Anyways, you said you found out yesterday that your BFF was being toxic. to me because she was hitting me. Your best friend is hitting you? What is your best friend doing hitting you? First I thought it said boyfriend. Not that a boyfriend's supposed to be hitting you either, but what's a best friend doing hitting? We gotta talk. What's up? Nobody should be hitting you. Because you don't do what she wants you to do? Then that's a friend you don't need. That's not a best friend. That's a friend you don't need. She's not your parent or he's not your parent. You don't got to do what they want you to do. And their hands just be to themselves. So I think it's time for you to let that friend go. How old are you? Who cares what she says? Let me tell you something I learned in life. People will do you wrong and then they'll get mad at you because you don't want to accept them doing you wrong. And if you want to let the mind games, they will have you really thinking you owe them an apology when you didn't do anything wrong. So you got to be reflective. Yeah, there are times that you could be wrong or you guys could both be wrong, whatever. But there are people who that's I don't care what people walk away and say. You could walk away and say I'm the worst person ever. That's fine. We just because I'm the worst person ever, we're not gonna be friends no more. And stand on what you so even if she's saying you're the abusive one and you know that it's her that's being abusive, who cares? Let her say that. You know who you are, you know what you've done, you know what you haven't done. Oh, my arm is cracking. I'm getting old. It's time to say goodbye to that friend. Let them go. You gotta go. Okay, bye. Take care. You were sweet. Y'all, my appetite is getting better. So y'all know that when I went into the hospital, I weighed 109 pounds. And then when I got home, I weighed 131. Part of it is, thank you for subscribing, sweetheart. I appreciate it. So when I went into the hospital, I weighed 139 pounds. When I got home, I weighed 131. I was in the hospital for 3 days. Granted, I removed a lot of fibroids. So fibroids accounted for some of the weight loss. My appetite also decreased as well. This morning I weighed 133. So my appetite is improving and so my weight is increasing. I'm happy. I don't want to lose too much weight, but I don't want to be 139 either. I think 135 is where I want to be. I'm 5'2", I'm a tiny thing. I don't want to have a lot on me. So I'm trying to eat, but as my appetite opens up, not eat much. My stomach is still swollen. Y'all know I had a abdominal open myomectomy, so they cut my stomach open, so it's still swollen. And I'm looking forward to see when the swelling subsides, if my stomach will be flatter, because having fibroids will have you out here looking pregnant. You be self-conscious in your clothes. You don't even like dress up how you normally like to dress up. Even like church in the morning, Saturdays, y'all know I normally wear dresses and stuff. A lot of the dresses I used to love to wear, I had to stop wearing them because I just felt like I looked pregnant in them. And it's not bad if you're pregnant, great, but I'm not. So, but it's just from the fibroids being so big, they expand your abdomen so big and your belly is hard and round. You just look pregnant. So I look forward to seeing if it's gonna get better once the swelling goes away. And then of course I gotta exercise. I know I gotta exercise. I used to try to exercise. I used to wake up and go to the gym every morning for 5 o'clock. But again, with the fibroids, you're working out, you're eating healthy, you're losing weight other places, but your stomach is still looking big and round. So it turns you off from even feeling like exercising, being motivated. So we'll see. Now that I did the surgery, once I heal, I plan to go back to working out and seeing how that goes. think my mom is coming. We'll see how that goes. Old house, so the stairs and everything squeaks. Nobody could go up my stairs without me knowing. Let me tell y'all the next thing I was talking about was that I learned. You know, even for me, I said I have an old house, I have an old small house. And I know there's people that feel like as a nurse, I should have a fancier or a bigger house. Number one, I always live within my means. I don't ever live somewhere that impresses a bunch of people and they're like, wow, I love your house. And then they leave and I'm like up to my eyeballs in bills trying to figure out how to pay, how to survive. I'm drinking water, eating toast every day because I can't afford nothing else but to live. No, that's what you call house poor. So me, I always been a person that anywhere I live, I gotta be able to afford it by myself. Even if I don't live in it by myself and there's someone else that's helping me pay it, I always pick a place that I can afford by myself. Because you never know what's gonna happen. You could be married and pick up and leave you. You could be married and your husband gets and can't work. You don't want that while he's sick and can't work, you're there like, hurry up and get better because we need them. You know how great it feels when you know, your husband is sick and you could say, babe, take your time, get better. Got it. I can pay all the bills by myself. You got to always think like that. There's a lot of nice things in this world. You could drive nice cars. You got people that pay $1,000 for a car note. Literally, I've met people that pay almost $1,000 for a car note. That's crazy to me. Do your thing, no judgment, but it's crazy to me. Me pay $1,000 for something that's depreciating while I'm driving it? No. No. So, houses, you see people get these big houses in big cities or expensive cities just so they could say, I live at this place. And a lot of times when I'm other nurses, like registered nurses, registered nurses like to flex. And so it's like, where do you live? And I'll be like, oh, I live over such and such. And you can see their face like, let me tell you something about me. I don't mind living in the hood. I don't mind living in a trap. I always live at the outskirts of the trap, like the border of a nice area and the trap where I could afford it, but it's quiet. And guess what? I be on trips. I be doing the things that I gotta do without stressing. And you see other people that live in the big fancy houses, driving nice cars, and can't even afford to take a day off. I'm not gonna have a bunch of nice things and I gotta live at work literally every day, 16-hour shifts a day in order to keep affording it. Mm-mm. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent. I was talking about with my friend that I learned from her because she's actually the first person I learned this from. I have one of my good friends that when she was moving out of her mother's house, she bought a condo. And I remember the first time I went to her condo, I was like, it was nice, but I kept asking her, like, did you buy this or are you renting it? And she was like, I bought this, I'm paying a mortgage. And I was like, it just didn't make sense to me because it reminded me of like the townhouse apartments that a lot of them over here that you could rent. So I was like, why did she go buy this when she could be renting, a townhouse similar over at this place or that place? Again, dumb. I didn't know a lot about real estate and stuff. She lived there, I feel like, for about 6 years. And then later on, she sold it, got made a lot of money off of it, like doubled what she paid for it. And she used the money that to put down for her down payment for her big house that she has now that's over like 2,000 square feet. I call that a big house. Other people might say that's still small. I don't know. And anyways, compared to how small the townhouse was, hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, so compared to, what the townhouse was, it was like triple the size. And so even for me, I remember when I was picking out what I wanted for houses, I'm like, I wanted to have this many bedrooms, this many bathrooms, a master bath, this, that, this, all these things that I wanted for my house. And then the market was crazy when I bought my house. And then my realtor kept telling me, your first house doesn't have to be your forever house. You get a house that you can afford, you live in it a couple years, and then you sell it and get money, to put down so that you could be living in a bigger, nicer house for less, depending on the market, or for the same price. In other words, let's say right now, I'm just giving you all an example. Let's say 2,000 a month for my mortgage. If you get a house that you could pay $2 a month for your mortgage, you live there for like 6 years, 5 years, do improvements on it so that it goes up, the value, and then you sell it. Hopefully, it's in a good market, as in a competitive market with decent interest rates. When you sell it, let's say you make 50,000. You take that 50,000 and you could go get a nicer house that's like double whatever your house was, and you'll be still paying. It's dependent, of course, on the city, how much the what's it called, the taxes, the house, the city taxes, how much they are, depending on the API rate. But if you put $50,000 down on a $300,000 house, depending on the area, you might be paying the same $2,000, and you doubled how much house you got. So I'm just saying that to say this, that when y'all are going to get your first house, everybody wants a big fancy house. If that's what's stopping you from getting a house, don't let it stop you. Get something, buy something that you can afford. You live there for like 5 years, and then you sell it and keep it moving. Or you rent it out. So now 2 properties. You got someone renting out your townhouse or your small house, and you living in a nicer house. So don't let that stop you. And every state has first-time homeowner programs. Even for me, I sure to utilize the first-time home buyer programs. Every state does. So there's people that say, I don't have any money for down payment. That's why I don't have a house. Not an excuse. In 2025, that's not a reason to keep you from buying a house, because there's a lot of programs that will cover your down payment for you. So that's my little rant for today as far as home ownership. I'm all over the place when I talk. My mom was coming up the stairs and I heard my stairs squeaking, and that's what made me go on a rampage about that. But yeah. 12, 17. I remember one time I came up here and this guy, one time I came up here and this guy was trying to talk to me, and I said, no, I'm not available, but let's see if we can find you a girl up here, and or a partner, a woman up here. And I started asking him to say what he wanted and describe himself, and he really was doing it. It was so funny. I felt like I was Kendra G, or like I felt like I was in my Kendra G bag. I was like, here we have 54-year-old blah blah blah. He's looking for a lady that cooks clean. Anybody interested? It was so much fun. He didn't find nobody though, because he came up here talking about the lady got to cook clean, do everything. And I, all right, well, are you going to at least pay all the bills? He said no, 50-50. Them ladies was eating him up in the comments. I said, yeah, you ain't going to find your partner today, baby. Not saying that. Not saying she got to cook, do laundry, do this, do that, and go 50-50 with you. Who was signed on for that deal? What kind of Death Row Records deal is that? Everybody was like, I'm good. No. Mm-mm. My hair is tangled. I'm laying down. I'm due to wash my hair too. My retie is next month, so I'm trying to pace myself out. So I still have the steri strips over my incision. Mind you, my incision is starting to itch now. You know, as a wound is starting to heal, it itches like crazy. So I'm tempted to take off the steri strips and itch it off, but I can't, so I'm bearing it. My mom just came and she brought me some fruits. My mom is trying to fat me back up, y'all. That's why I said I gotta watch her. Because my mom is a food pusher. So although I'm grateful for bringing me food and she helping me get my weight back up, my mom will have me in 145 by the time I heal. And then I'll be huge with a stomach again. I gotta go finish my curriculum for my school. These are good. I haven't had grapes in a long time. You know, like normally I'll go buy grapes and I'll be so busy working, they'll end up sitting in the fridge and going bad. So I stopped buying them. But I'm home. I'm home for 4 to 6 weeks, y'all. And I'm eating all these things that I normally am too busy to eat. I'm going crazy a little bit though. I can't forget. I can't believe that I've been home for Tuesday. Gonna make 2 weeks. I feel like it's been a month. I'm gonna go in a minute. My appetite's definitely getting better. Because before I would have ate 2 grapes and been like, no more, I can't. Now I'm eating a lot more. And I'm glad. Anyway, let me go work on my curriculum before it's time to do my video call with my cousin. Bye, y'all.